When most celebrities go viral, it's for a meltdown, a scandal, or a bad take. But Keanu Reeves, he trends for being normal, polite, down to earth. In a world obsessed with fame and chaos, Keanu's quiet kindness somehow makes more noise. Take a 2011 video with over 16 million views. A woman accidentally backed her Mercedes SUV into Keanu's vintage 1973 Norton Commando motorcycle while he was inside a medical building. When the Beverly Hills police showed up, Keanu didn't freak out, argue, or cause a scene. He calmly talked to the woman and the officers like any regular person. A few minutes later, he just drove off, like nothing happened. In 2021, another clip went viral. Keanu chatted with fans about his motorcycle, 8.3 million views and counting. And what stood out? The respect. Fans stayed back, gave him space. Keanu didn't demand it, he just naturally created it. No bodyguards, no drama, just calm, real connection. Same thing in 2015. Keanu was spotted at an airport, alone, flying commercial, worth hundreds of millions. Still took time for selfies with fans. Still no entourage, just him, his carry-on, and a few quick smiles. Even Joe Rogan couldn't help but praise him. That guy goes, sits on the subway by himself. Freaking awesome. He's insanely wealthy, but he dresses like a regular dude. Sneakers, basic watch, super chill. And here's the wild part. Some people mock others for praising Keanu's basic decency. Like, why are we applauding a celebrity for being nice? But that's the thing. In Hollywood, basic human kindness is rare. So why is Keanu different? Maybe it's his past. Because before the fame, Keanu endured a whole lot of pain. His father, Samuel Reeves, struggled with addiction and was in and out of prison for selling heroin. He abandoned the family when Keanu was just 3 years old. That left his mom, Patricia, to raise 2 kids alone. She worked nonstop as a costume designer and remarried 4 different times. Keanu's sister Kim later said, "How we lived depended on the man of the moment." They grew up mostly on their own. No consistent father figure, no safety net, just 2 kids trying to find stability. Kim recalled, "Nobody ever played with us. Nobody ever watched me ride horses or Keanu play hockey." Statistically, kids who grow up without fathers are more likely to struggle emotionally. Anger, depression, abandonment. Keanu had every reason to go off the rails, and his school life didn't help. Teachers said he carried a constant sadness. He bounced from school to school, 5 in total. He even got expelled for being too disruptive. "I think I just talked too much," Keanu said later. "I wasn't the most well-oiled machine in school." That sense of being different stuck with him, even when he moved to Hollywood. Agents told him his name, Keanu, was too ethnic. This was the 1980s, and while that might seem ridiculous now, it was common advice then. So he tried going by KC Reeves, but during auditions, he never responded when they called the name. It just didn't feel right. Eventually, he went back to Keanu, a quiet sign of his integrity. He wasn't going to change who he was to fit into a mold, and that decision never slowed him down. His early career was filled with roles that painted him as the sweet, sensitive heartthrob. From Babes in Toyland to Youngblood to Flying, his quiet charm stood out. But things really changed when he walked into casting director Carrie Fraser's office. "He had this energy," she said. "His shoes were untied. He looked like a young man figuring life out. I was over the moon." He got more roles. The night before, The Prince of Pennsylvania, permanent record. And then in 1989, the one that changed everything, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. The movie wasn't a critical darling, but audiences loved it. It made over $40 million at the box office and launched Keanu into the public spotlight. He became Ted, the goofy, lovable goofball everyone wanted to hang out with. But Keanu's kindness wasn't an act. In 1991, he showed the kind of loyalty that would define his reputation. Director Gus Van Sant wanted Keanu and River Phoenix to star in My Own Private Idaho. Keanu's agent was on board, but River's agents rejected it immediately. They didn't even finish reading the script. So what did Keanu do? He got on his motorcycle during Christmas break and rode over 1,300 miles from Canada to Florida just to hand-deliver the script to his friend. River read it, loved it, and accepted the role. That film changed River's career. He won multiple awards for his performance, and Keanu never once tried to take credit. That's just who he is. Keanu's kindness didn't stop at motorcycle road trips and thoughtful gestures. Over and over, he proved he was willing to put others before himself, even when it cost him millions. During the filming of The Devil's Advocate, producers wanted Al Pacino for the role of John Milton. But there was one problem: money. Pacino had turned the role down 3 times already, citing the character as too cliché. To make it work, Keanu took a massive pay cut, just so they could afford to bring Pacino on board. The movie went on to gross over $60 million, and Pacino's performance was widely praised. Once again, Keanu's selfless move helped others shine. And that wasn't the last time. 3 years later, for The Replacements, Keanu did it again. He slashed his own salary by 90% just so he could work alongside Gene Hackman. 90%. Who does that? But in the late 90s, his career took a hit. Even though Bram Stoker's Dracula was a box office success, critics tore into Keanu's performance. His attempt at a British accent was mocked endlessly. Then came Much Ado About Nothing, another well-reviewed movie. But again, Keanu was nominated for Worst Supporting Actor at the Razzies. After a few more box office flops, it looked like his career was fading. But in 1994, everything changed with speed. Keanu was cast as Jack Traven, a cop stuck on a bus that's rigged to explode if it drops below 50 miles per hour. It was pure adrenaline, and Keanu was all in. He shaved his head for the role even when studio execs freaked out. He bulked up for the physical scenes. He did whatever the director needed. And the movie? Massive success. $350 million at the box office, 2 Oscars, and Keanu officially became an action star. But when it came time for Speed 2, Keanu walked away. The studio offered him $12 million to return, and he turned it down. Not because of drama, not because of ego, just a gut feeling. It didn't seem right. Because of that decision, 20th Century Fox blacklisted him for a decade, all because he followed his instincts. But karma had other plans. In 1999, Keanu landed the role of Neo in The Matrix. He wasn't the first choice. Will Smith, Brad Pitt, Nicolas Cage, and even Johnny Depp were all considered. But in the end, it was Keanu who got the call. He trained for months, despite having a serious neck injury. He had spinal fusion surgery, a plate put in his neck, and still showed up every day. He didn't tell anyone, because he didn't want to lose the role. And the movie? A global phenomenon. Over $460 million at the box office, 4 Oscars. And Keanu? He made $14 million plus another $49 million in back-end profits. But right when he was on top of the world, life came crashing down again. Keanu and his girlfriend, Jennifer Syme, were expecting a child. Tragically, their baby was stillborn at 8 months. The grief broke them apart. A year later, Jennifer died in a car crash just a day after meeting with Keanu. It was devastating, but Keanu never made it about him. He kept the pain private. He mourned in silence. Instead of becoming bitter, he became even more generous. He quietly started a cancer foundation to support children's hospitals and cancer research. He didn't put his name on it, didn't do interviews about it. He just did it, because it was the right thing to do. And when the Matrix sequels rolled around, he kept giving. After filming a complicated fight scene with 12 stuntmen, Keanu gifted each one of them a brand new Harley-Davidson motorcycle. That's not just generosity, that's respect. And it didn't stop there. For John Wick. Chapter 4, he gave each member of the stunt team a custom Rolex Submariner watch, worth $10,000 each. For Matrix Resurrections, he flew the stunt team to the premiere on a private jet, covered hotel rooms, and even treated them to a post-premiere brunch. He treats the people around him like family, even when no one's watching. And that's Keanu Reeves, a man who's faced unimaginable loss, been doubted by Hollywood, and still never let it change who he is. No scandals, no ego, no self-promotion, just quiet kindness, generosity, and a deep respect for others. In a world where most celebrities go viral for controversy, Keanu goes viral for giving up his seat on the subway. So, what do you think? Is Keanu Reeves the last real good guy in Hollywood? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more faceless deep dives into the stories behind the stars. Until next time, stay humble, stay curious, and stay kind.